Hey guys, I wanted to share some information with parents and students about registering for the ACT test or any ACT test. The one that is given at the school level, which is coming up in March 20th, that is one that is paid for by the State Department. Not all kids take that though. The only students that the State Department pays for are junior status students. So if you're a junior level, each district submits their names, or the state actually gets them and pulls them. They know who the juniors are. Those kids are already registered to take the ACT March 20th. Some schools opt for their seniors to maybe pay, some to pay themselves to take it that day. So if you're a senior and you are taking it that day, you probably had to pay for it, or the school offered it for free and they paid for it. So bottom line is, usually it's just juniors testing then, but sometimes some seniors are testing that day. That's the state test date. That's not the national test date. The national test dates are about 6 or 7 throughout the year, like December. They have one in April, they have one in February, June. They have one now in July. Anyway, this video you're about to see is a walkthrough of me showing you what you need to do to go and register for an ACT test. They call them the National ACT Test Dates. And some other information that you might find helpful regarding scores and things like that. So I hope you guys check it out. And if you have any questions, leave a comment or question below the post and I'll respond. We're going to act.org. And when you go to this website, of course, there's a ton of information. You can click on anything, obviously. But I'm just going to show you a few things and quick things that I think are helpful. So if you scroll right here at the very top, you can come up here and click on any of these, but I'm going to stay on the main page. When you scroll down, they've got on the home page the ACT test. And they've actually changed this recently, so this looks nice. The ACT test, the upcoming dates. This is the upcoming date of April 14th, the national test date. This is the next one, June 9th. So they'll probably just rotate these through. You could also click here to view all of the other ones for the year, and they have next year as well. So I'm going to come here and show you these links. This is the registration deadline. Right now it's March 9th, and this test date, these two are linked to the registration page. So same page as this, register for the ACT. See it in blue? In blue. So here we're going to go to that in a second. The other thing is the photo upload deadline. You have to upload a photo. So if you've never registered your child for an ACT, or you as a student have not, you do have to have a photo, which you can just upload from your phone or your computer, and they'll give you specifications about it. And then scores. They'll give you some idea here on when your scores will be available, and you can log into your account and see your scores online, or if you wait for a paper copy in the mail. So I'm going to click, first of all, on either one of these. Like I said, they're the same. So if you look here, they do give you an option to remind yourself, which is something that is kind of neat. You can get an email reminder to register, or you can just go ahead and sit and register. It does take probably 30 minutes or so to register because you do have to answer quite a few questions. But you do have to register when you have to get an account, and I'll show you real quickly what that looks like. If you click on register, if you already have an account, you just log in. But if not, you have to actually create an account, answer a few questions, and you have to create an account. So that is how you do that. But if you come down here, it'll tell you, like, you have 40 minutes, obviously here, desktop or laptop, yes. You have to have a credit card, your high school course details. In other words, they're going to want to know what your child has taken their freshman year, their sophomore year, like what maths have they taken, what Englishes, what histories, because they do a lot of data analysis, and they need to know, based on what your child scores and how many maths they took, what higher level maths, what types of classes they took. So that's why it takes a little longer. And then of course your photo. They do talk a little bit about the writing. The ACT writing section is the 5th section. It's actually optional. So that's something that, you have an option to take. The composite score is made up of only the 4 multiple choice test items. So this is how you register. You go and register. Once you get set up, then you'll be able to select a test date. And you'll select a test location. So for example, it's actually on here. Let's see here, yeah. So here's your test dates. Test date, registration deadline date, and then you can actually register late. You just have a little late fee. And then they even have next year, 2018-19 dates, which is really nice as well. This one is actually new. So it's not available, looks like, in California for July. But this is a new one. They used to not test in July, which I thought was interesting because now they are doing it. And see, there's certain little things if you live in New York, they don't have, yeah, February, July. But anyways, yeah, so you come here, and if you want to know how much it costs, you can click here. If you want to find your high school code, because you will need that, but that'll also be in the registration portal, so it'll allow you to look it up there too. But your test center locator, very simple. You click on it. You know, you can just click on Louisiana, and then your city. So, for example, if I select Metairie, Louisiana, and I search, it's going to give me all of the test centers in Metairie. And like East Ave High, that's their code. That is just the test center. That's just where you want to go take your test. It doesn't mean you go there. It doesn't matter. It's about just they're offering the service to test the ACT test on those national test dates. All right, and not all places are ACT test centers. So just keep that in mind. It does give you the photo requirements once again, and like I said, there are ACT fees. You can click on that. $46 right now. And then if you want to take the writing, that's optional. That's $62.50. It does talk a little bit about that. And then it also talks about, like, if you want to do it by phone, you pay a little extra, etc. There is also something cool I wanted to say. It's under scores. You can find it on the home page too. But your scores, this is nice because when you do log in and you make an account, you're able to sign in and view your scores. Like, usually it's 2 weeks. And it even tells you here, you see, multiple choice scores posted online, first posted online. So if the kids who just took the February 10th date test, their scores are available. They came out today, actually. I had people contact me today. So yeah, today's the 21st. Same thing here. So April 14th, it's almost 2 weeks after. You'll be able to see your scores. Also, there's another cool thing right here that a lot of people don't know about. Request a copy of the questions and answers. There are certain tests, national tests, that you can actually request your answers, your actual test booklet that you took, and your answers and the correct answers. So that's really neat because you can pay for that. It's like $20, and you can request a copy of your test. So right here, see, request a copy. Which test dates offer this? Right here, look. So the December 9th one, you could have done it. The April 14th one coming up, you can do. So that's pretty neat, and you just have to order it through them. Okay, so, and again, all this is linkable here, and you can find it up at the top as well. So I'm going to go back to the home page just to make sure I covered everything that I wanted to. I think I did. The only other thing I wanted to say was if you have any kind of waiver at high school, the high schools give to certain students that qualify, they might be able to also use that here. They put their code in here, and their tests, they'll get a discount or possibly free. So that's also something to consider if you have never done this before. And you can use, I think, a waiver like 2 or maybe 3 times a year. So that's something to check out. Also, there's one more thing about the scores. Oh, when you register, you are going to select your schools that you want this to be sent to. So what does that mean? That means I think they let you send scores to four colleges or universities. That is great. That doesn't mean you are necessarily for sure going to that college, but that does mean that might be a potential that you might go to. And the good thing is if you send them your scores, they'll already have them. Okay, so they'll already have your scores. You don't have to resend them, because what happens is, let's just say that you send 4 scores to 4 colleges right now as a junior. Well, by the time you graduate as a senior, you might have another college you want to go to. Well, you have to actually go on here and pay money to have your scores sent to that college. So it does cost to send multiple scores after your initial, scores are sent. But you do get that option to choose the schools that you want to send it to. So anyway, I hope you guys got something from this. This is a lot of information, I know, and we only just scratched the surface by just kind of focusing on some of these things here. I hope this helped and you guys got something from this. Comment below or ask any questions if you have any, and I'll try to answer them or give you a link or something to find them.